Hey YouTube, it's Dimitri, and today we're going to discuss the 5 biggest mistakes on a resume that I see consistently. So just as a first off precursor of the video, yes, I'm going to get a ton of complaints below in the comments. I know. Everyone doesn't agree on how a resume is written. If they did, there'd be some perfect resume format. We'd all get jobs, we'd be millionaires, and that'd be life. But let's be honest, that's not the real world. This is going to be 5 resume tips specifically for the US. So if you're in another country and you're applying for other jobs, a lot of these might not apply, but let's dive on in. Number 1 is putting your physical address on the resume. First off, I don't care. Why do I need to know A, where you live? I don't. Second off is that when you put your address on the resume, recruiters actually use this a lot of times. And I don't have like specific hands-on recruiting experience to tell you this, but I do know a lot of recruiters will just throw out your resume if the address or like the location doesn't match where the job's at. So now you say like, well then why even apply for the job if it's not in the right location? I don't live there, you know, life sucks, it's so horrible, I don't fit the perfect mold. The reason is that HR and recruiters in general can get lazy, and the easy way to like sort resumes is just pick people that are local. And so like if the job's in New York City or it's in Chicago, you just pick New York City and Chicago, you throw out all the other stuff, and then you just narrow down because you might have 1,000 resumes. When a hiring manager actually gets the resume, a lot of times they don't really care where you're at. They're not HR recruiting. They're not looking to like narrow down quickly. They're looking for like the solid candidate because they have to work with them every day. So they want real skills, and they'll usually just ignore the address part. But my advice is leave off the address. You'll get through, I think, more processes and through more systems quicker and actually get to a real person to get those interviews that you were looking for. Number 2 is soft skills. I absolutely hate when people list soft skills. Business schools might tell you to do so. I think it's stupid advice. The reason is because like you put like hard worker, honest, trustworthy, like yeah, everyone's gonna list these. No one's gonna go into a like resume and be like, I prefer to show up 10:30 to 11. I'm not very punctual. I work hard, but only, you know, like 4 hours a day. And I'm not real honest. I screwed all these people. Right? Like no one's gonna write that on a resume, so why would you list the opposite? Like, oh, hard worker, great person. Like, it's just wasting space that you could use to actually make like actual skills stand out and actual experiences on the resume. So don't waste your time writing stupid soft skills, like how hard of a work you are or how great you are. It's not worth the space. Number 3, again, is gonna knock all these business schools off. Don't put personal interests on your resume. I think this is so dumb. So you like write this resume, you know, you went to like, for example, mine would be University of Michigan, Washington State University, work experience, a couple different places. And then on the bottom, I'm gonna put like, oh, interests, beekeeping, motocross, cooking, traveling, I don't know, reading books, like, so you put it on the bottom, and I know the business schools and a lot of people in general think like, oh, you're gonna like connect to that person, right? You're gonna have the same interest, and then they're gonna give you an interview because they like the fact that you like to cook and travel. This is just dumb. The same flip side logic's gonna work, guys. So imagine you're reading through this and you see that I like motocross on the bottom, and you're like, oh, that's a bad connotation. Those guys typically aren't the classiest. So, you know, I'm just not gonna like take a look at that resume. Right, you're gonna get discriminated against both ways. And again, it's just wasting good quality space on the resume for something that's not related. Like, I don't care if you like soccer, I don't care if you hate sports, I don't care if you like to read, I just don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm looking to hire people that are qualified, and then in an in-person interview, I can actually talk to you, like human to human here, and actually like get good responses from you and see your personality. Like, do I like your personality? Do you fit well? And then we can kind of figure out if you'd be a good employee. But putting your interest on the bottom of a resume, not the smartest idea, and it doesn't add the most like value for the space that you could fill something else in. Number 4 here is not specializing your resume. So I hear people on both sides of this say like, Dimitri, I don't have time to write a resume for every single job I apply to. And then other people are like, oh, I just created a general resume and I submitted thousands of them and I got no response. You shouldn't have to write a resume for every job that you're creating or you're applying to here, right? You should have though general resumes. So like if you have, say, a financial engineering degree, right? You might have a degree, like a resume for financial engineering. You might have one for like data science and like other quantitative fields. And then you might have a third one for like finance and business if you have a business background. So you have 3 resumes, but just pick the best resume for the job you're applying to. And if you have like the most general resume, it's like a coverall and it has like business, finance, accounting, Excel, and then all of a sudden the bottom you have like R, Python, time series analytics, stochastic calculus. I'm looking at the resume like, wait, does this person really fit the job? It seems like they have a little bit of business experience, a little bit of quantitative experience, a little bit of Excel, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but they don't really seem like they're a good fit for my job. Like I'm hiring someone, for example, let's say to do like portfolio analytics, and I just want them to use Excel. If their resume is talking about all these other like soft skills and experiences and like all this nonsense, but it's not focused what I want, which is someone who's good at Excel or someone who's quantitative, then why would I hire you? Like why, like this resume is just wasted space. There's like 3 bullets on the whole page that are relevant, and then the rest of it's just trash. I'm just gonna throw it out because I'm gonna assume that you have a tiny bit of experience. If you take literally like the hour or 2 to write and customize another resume that would be like focused towards analytics or focused towards, say Excel and business, have like specific ones. When you apply for the job, they're gonna look at that and be like, wow, this candidate fits this job very, very well. Almost all their experience, is in, say, Excel and business. Or if you have this quantitative resume, they're gonna like, wow, Python, R, time series, data science, neural networks, random forest, like, oh, they're a perfect fit. But it's the same person, they just have different skills. So try to market yourself down to the key skills on the resume and target the resume for specific types of jobs. And number 5 is not using the STAR method. So the STAR method is situation, task, actions, and results. There's other methods for like listing out your bullets in your resume. I don't really care which one you use, but give me some background as someone who's actually reading the resume of like, what did you do on a project? What was the situation? What did you actually complete on the project, and what were the results? And I know it's really, really hard to give you like an exact result. And I've seen like really asinine like results that people have come up with, like, oh, I did, X and X and X, and I did this and this and this. And then like, oh, I contributed 37% to this project. Like I've seriously seen that, and I just like laugh, like why, like how do you calculate out that you did 37%? How do you know it's not 36? How do you know it's not 20%? Like, don't make up results, but try to give the interviewer like a situation, an action, and then like the results of it. So that would definitely nail down the resume and make you more likely to get hired. Anyways, those are the top 5 mistakes I see in resume writing consistently over and over, regardless if you're coming from a quantitative field, a business background. Just try to narrow the resume down, make it relevant to the job you're applying for. Anyways, I hope you find that helpful. If you do, don't forget to subscribe below, hit the little bell button for weekly updates. Give me a like if you like this video, and as always, until next time. Thanks for watching my video. If you find it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe.